Hey guys, Mike here, welcome back to my channel. With a new year means a bunch of new stuff that will come out that is exciting. And in this video, I wanted to do my top 5 most anticipated video games for 2023. And in the last few years, when I've grown up a bit more and become more of an adult, I don't really have as much time for gaming, and generally, over the last few years, I've preferred playing games in little spurts, like things like Smash Bros, which I play online, and I can just play for like half an hour. A bunch of online battles. There's no like progression or anything. It's just fun. It's just killing the time, right? But in 2023, I want to try and play a bunch of games, like full games, and hopefully I'll play at least 3 of these 5. So I wanted to just, count down my top 5 most anticipated. I want you to let me know yours in the comments. So let's start with number 5, which would definitely have to be Hades 2. I played the original Hades on Switch when it came out, and it was just such an addictive and fun experience. It's a roguelike game where you try to progress essentially through hell, and you get different weapons, different power-ups every single time you play, and when you die, you go back to the start, and you start again. I didn't really care much about the story. I just really enjoyed the gameplay loop, going into hell, fighting all the enemies, getting different power-ups each time, different little unlockables and things like that. I just really enjoyed, and sometimes I still pick it up and play it now. I honestly loved the first one, and from what I've seen, number 2 is just going to completely improve on that, and I cannot wait to play it. I will definitely be picking this one up when it comes out. Number 4, undoubtedly, is SpiderMan 2 from Insomniac because, well, I'm just going to put it out there, the original Spider-Man PS4 game by Insomniac was probably one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. The gameplay mechanics were incredible, the exploration, the web swinging, everything about that game, and the story, and the characters, and, you know, the Sinister Six and everything like that. Absolutely stunning game in every way. The side missions, the world building. Oh man, I could talk about that game for so long. And one of my favorite renditions of Peter Parker as well, but also featured Miles Morales. And then there was kind of like a spin-off game that was almost like DLC. Like it was a full game, but it was much shorter than the original Spider-Man, where you played as Miles Morales and there was completely different power-ups. But I really enjoyed that too. My main, I suppose, concern with Spider-Man 2 is I just thought the gameplay of the original was so strong, and exploring New York was so strong, and that feeling you got slinging around the city, right? Slinging around New York on your webs. I just don't think it's going to have the same effect the second time around. That wow effect, everything about those feelings that you had the first time you played that game, you're not going to get that again in the second one. Sort of the same as Miles Morales, like it will feel the same. So I don't know how much building they can do on the actual gameplay to make it feel super, super unique. I mean, Miles Morales did feel really the same. Of course, there were new weapons and gadgets, and he had like electric powers and stuff, but generally it was the same style of game, and I don't think Spider-Man 2 is going to be hugely innovative, but I still really want to pick it up. Number 3, and it's similar to Spider-Man, but it's Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I played Jedi Fallen Order when it came out and absolutely loved it for many of the same reasons as Spider-Man. Just an amazing Dark Souls-esque combat system, some really fun mechanics, exploring different planets, lightsaber and force combat, just an amazing use of the Star Wars license with a great story, great characters, great expansion of the lore, and quite an epic final boss if you've played the game. So I cannot wait for the second one in the series. Again, I don't know how much they can innovate on what the first one did, but I am looking forward to what they do achieve with it, because I'm sure, you know, similar to Spider-Man, it will still be a really strong game, but I don't think it will have the same kind of wow factor as the original. It'll just build upon it, expand upon it, and that's kind of all you can ask for in a sequel. So I'm really looking forward to Jedi Survivor. Number 2 is Final Fantasy XVI. Okay, Final Fantasy XV was genuinely one of the best and most memorable experiences I have with a video game. I know a lot of people talk about that game feeling incomplete, but the open worldness of it all, the exploring, the hunting, the driving, the whole vibe of that game was just so on point. It felt so good and so rewarding to play it, and the combat system was incredible. I 100%ed it. I got the platinum trophy. I loved the characters. All of it was incredible. And going from a turn-based system to a, open world sort of action hack and slash style game was really great. I loved it. And Final Fantasy XVI originally didn't catch me with a bunch of the trailers, but ever since some of the gameplay trailers have come out, it does look fantastic with some really epic combat. Again, going for that hack and slash sort of action RPG style involved combat instead of turn-based, and it genuinely just looks super, super fun. And I think a lot of the Final Fantasies are very hit and miss. I mean, I really enjoyed Final Fantasy X. I played a little bit of the Final Fantasy VII remake. I just finished Crisis Core Reunion, which I loved. So hopefully this one is as important to me as 15 was, because I absolutely loved that game with Noctis and the gang. Number 1, and people are going to kill me for not mentioning The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, whatever is it Tears of the Kingdom, Tears of the something. Okay, I probably will pick up that game, but it's just not one of my most anticipated of the year, because my most anticipated of the year, undoubtedly, is Hogwarts Legacy, the Harry Potter open world 3D game. And boy, oh boy, is this every kid's dream, to run around Hogwarts, get sorted into a house, go to classes, learn spells, solve mysteries, do stuff. It honestly just looks phenomenal. And I will comment on the controversy around the game and people basically saying that you're a horrible person if you buy the game. That's not true. You're not a bad person if you buy a game you want to play. And that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be more complicated than I want to play this game, so I'm buying it. There's nothing political about that. Just enjoy the game. Go and buy it if you want to buy it. I think this really could be one of the best games I ever play in my life. I think it will mean a whole lot to me, and I'm also interested in how they expand the Harry Potter lore, how they take characters that already exist in the franchise and bring it into this, and what kind of magic will be available. The combat from the combat trailers looks very much like Spider-Man. Like, the spells are kind of like the webs, you're chaining combos together. The exploration, the depth and detail of Hogwarts and everything around it. It just looks fantastic, and I can't wait. So let me know in the comments, what games are you looking forward to playing most in 2023? What do you think I've missed in my list? I'm sure there are many. And what should I pick up that I haven't mentioned? What should I play? For the record, I've got Switch, PS5, PC, so I'm pretty set up. Check out some of my other videos and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.